Yeah, we're at the end, Dad. We just need to finish up this one story.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
so you've gotten turned around in the hole, and
I got up. I was still myself. I hadn't got killed or anything, but
okay,
anyhow, he found out it was all right, and we went ahead and got orders to open fire and so forth and so on. We opened fire on him and things like that. But it was dark. You couldn't tell who. You couldn't see from here to that house over there. Couldn't see who was in front of you. They had dropped smoke bombs and things all over the field, and you couldn't tell who was in front of you or who was
yeah,
behind you. And of course, we were supposed to be machine gunner was supposed to be in the back, the rifle and everything in front and so forth and so on. And if they had to pull back, we would stand in our place and let them pull back.
right,
But anyhow, we did that for a while, and then Sergeant Thompson said that when we opened fire, he fired a few rounds and things like that. He said, you know, I'm afraid I'm killing some of our troops. And, and so he stopped firing then. Then we got orders from our sergeant. We tried to find out where our officers was, and there wasn't none of them over there. They had done pulled back across the river, I guess, and left us over there by ourselves. And the only one we knew to get a hold of was, and that was the mouth. But Greenfield, at the meantime, I was in that hole, and he screamed out that he had been hit and things like that. So I got out of the hole and started over to him. And of course, you were told never to do that.
yeah,
Anyhow, I felt kind of responsible for him. But anyhow, before I got very far, somebody hollered back, "No, he's okay. He's just been hit with dirt." So I got back to the hole, and then we tried to decide what we were going to do, and we couldn't get a hold of anybody. And then the sergeant said, "What are we going to do?" And we said, "Well, let's either fight our way back to the river or go forward." So we were getting out of our hole to make our fight back, and the Sergeant Taylor called and said, "Get back in your hole." We got back. We got a lieutenant colonel from regimental commander called and said, "You've got no chance. And the only thing to do is, if you try to fight your way back to the river, you just make it harder on the one that has to stay, and they'll get killed. And so get back in your hole." And we got orders to surrender. So that's when we did. But Sergeant Taylor had called earlier, you know, and said, "You're on your own." And that's when we tried to get out of our hole and
mm-hmm.
go back. And then they called back and said, "No, stay back in your hole and put your guns down." So that's what we did.
Okay.
And the Germans come down.
Did you like put down your weapons and raise a flag like they do in the movies, or how do they know that you're surrender?
And they did. The commander, I guess, give a surrender notice, and he give us. We got our notice to put our arms down.
Okay.
And we did.